results tend to go from easy to difficult. And as difficulty goes up, students they get in, right? So we start at the easiest schools, and we'll get to the timeline. They get into all the really safety backup schools. Then they also get into all like the mid to somewhat difficult state schools like Michigan, Virginia, et cetera.
Okay.
Then they also get into the round after that, which is kind of like your Georgetown, Berkeley, USC.
Right.
But then they don't get into Johns Hopkins. They don't get into Duke. And then they tend not to get into any more difficult school than that. That is generally how it works, that students do very, very, I think pyramid's probably closer. They do very, very well as we move up the difficulty curve until they start striking out over and over again. And in that scenario, it is much less often than not that I'm double negating myself like a sports announcer. It is not very common that they say YOLO a Ivy League or they YOLO a top level school after that, outside of a Cornell, which tends to be more of a similar difficulty. So that's probably the best way if you want to read the tea leaves. Do not trust any one school. If you want to be at home, like tracking your results, what does this mean for the schools that you very likely care more about? That is the best kind of consultant tea leaving I can give you, because that's how I have seen it and how I have seen it work with my students pretty much more often than not.